So this is June 2018, Unit 4. An isotope of polonium is there, decay by emitting out alpha particle. Which of the following shows a nucleon in the isotope produced? So whenever yes, so atomic because neutron number will decrease. We have to. This is first we have to identify the number of the neutrons and the number of protons. Because in the question they're asking about neutron and proton, not the nucleon number. So how many neutrons are there? This will be 209 minus 84. That is 125 in the beginning, 125 neutrons are there. And there are 84 protons are there. But when alpha particle emit out, neutron number decreases by 2, proton number also decrease by 2. So this will become 123 and this will become 82. So A will be the right answer. If it was a nucleon number, then C will be the right answer. But as you can see, it's not nucleon number. They asked neutron and proton. Two objects are colliding and rebound. Select a table correctly for total momentum and total kinetic if inelastic. Momentum is always conserved for elastic or inelastic in isolated system, but kinetic energy is not conserved because it's inelastic. So kinetic energy does not conserve, but the momentum will be conserved. The potential V is applied across two identical capacitors of capacitance C, which are in parallel. Which of the following expression give the total energy stored? So if they're connected in parallel, both have the capacitance C. So this is capacitance C. And the voltage which we applied here, that is V, they are in parallel. So this voltage will be V. This voltage is also V. So energy stored in terms of, because energy stored is the main formula is Q into V, but Q is equals to, if we don't know the charge, Q is equals to CV. So energy stored here will be half CV square and energy stored here is half CV square. But they are asking total. So total will be a sum. So half CV square plus half CV square. So when I simplify, it will become CV square. So C will be the right answer. The diagram shows an electron deflection in a tube. Question 4 and 5 are refers to that. Electrons are released by a filament and accelerated towards the anode, producing a beam of magnetic field is applied and deflected the beam as shown. Which of the following cause an electron to be released from the field? So when electrons are released from the metal surface by light, that is photoelectric effect. But when electrons are emitted from the metal surface by supplying the heat energy, we call that as thermionic emission. In question 5, in which direction is the magnetic field applied to the resultant to result in a deflection shown? So as you can see, this electron is going up. So if electron is going up, so what is the direction of the resultant force? Because resultant force is always toward the center. So what is the direction of the resultant force? It appears it is top of the page. So this is the direction of the force. So when we apply a rule here, like electron is moving in this is the direction of the motion. And this is the force which it experiences. Now we'll apply, because we have an electron, so we'll apply a right hand rule. Because negative particles right hand. So if I consider if my index finger is pointing into and second, right, using a right hand, so it should deviate in this way. So if my index finger is pointing into, so the electron should deviate in this manner, but electron is going up. So what does it mean? It means the direction of a magnetic field is out of the page. So D will be the right answer. Good. In question 6, which of the following decay for a pion would not be possible? First thing, whenever you check, you always check the conservation of the charge. So here neutral, neutral, so this is possible. Here neutral, positive, positive, like this is positive, positive, this is neutral, so this is possible. But here pi, so you can see this is neutral, this is positive, positron is there. So it means this is not having a conservation of the charge. So C is the right answer. This is conservation of charge, neutral. Overall, no charge on the right hand side, no charge on the left hand side. So when we identify a decay, it's better you start with a charge, so it will be easy to identify. Then the table shows 6 type of quarks and their relative charges. Which of the following shows a possible quark composition of a baryon with a charge same as electron? So which one is having a same charge as electron? Like, because this refers to a charge of electron. Relative charge is there 2 by 3, 1 by 3. These all are relative charges. So when we check for charm, it is 2 by 3. For charm, it is 2 by 3. For anti-strange, for strange, it is minus 1 by 3, but anti-strange, it will be plus 1 by 3. So this will be 5 by 3. So it is not correct. When we check the second one, down, so down is minus 1 by 3. Strange is minus 1 by 3, and another strange is also minus 1 by 3. If we take 3 LCM, minus 1, so it will be minus 3 by 3, or we get minus 1. Minus 1 times the charge of electron. So B is the right answer. So two identical point charges Q1 and Q2 are replaced a small distance. The force on Q1 is F. The charge Q1 and a distance between the charges double. The charge remain unchanged. The charge Q1 and the distance between the charges are both double. What is the magnitude of the force on Q1? So when we work out, look, Q1 and Q2 are the two charges. An example, the force between them is F, like force exerted, and the distance is D between their centers. Now they mentioned Q1 is the charge Q1 and the distance between the charges both are doubled. So we made it 2Q1, this become 2Q1, this remains Q2, and the distance is also double. So distance become 2D. So we have the formula F is proportional to product of the charge Q1, Q2. And F is inversely proportional to square of a distance between them. If I use a number just to get the answer, like example, this is 1 coulomb, this is 1 coulomb, this is 2 coulombs, and this is 1 coulomb. First, the product of the charge 1 multiplied by 1 was 1. But now the product of the charge 2 multiplied by 1 is 2. So if the charge is double, because if the product of the charge is double, what happened to the force? The force will be double. But if the distance is double, it follow inverse square. So if a distance is double, what happened to force? Decrease by 4. So due to change in the charge, it increased by 2. But due to change in the distance, it decreased by 4. So when we simplify, it will be F by 2. So C will be the right answer. Magnet is pushed through a coil at a steady speed induce an EMF. Which of the graph shows EMF? The magnet is then pushed through in the same higher speed. So what should happen if it is same higher speed? Then it should complete a cycle in a short time. So either A can be an answer or B. But because when you are moving it faster, there will be a greater change in magnetic field. So there will be more induced EMF. So as it is moved faster, so it should take a shorter time and the induced EMF should be higher. So B will be the right answer. Because according to Faraday's law, greater change in magnetic field induce greater EMF. Two conducting plates which are 5 centimeter apart, the potential is 10. Which diagram shows the electric field between the plates? So electric field is always from positive to negative. So higher potential is positive and lower potential is negative. So it should be from higher to lower. Like this is a positive plate, this is a negative. So this is wrong because it should be from positive to negative. So either B can be an answer or D can be an answer. And then we check force per unit charge. What is the formula to get the force per unit charge? We have the formula V is equals to, the distance is given, and which is 5 centimeter. This is electric field strength. So V is equals to ED, or E is equal V equals ED, or E is equals to V divided by D. V is a voltage 10 and D is a distance, which is 0.05. So 10 divided by 0.05, which is equals to 200. So the electric field strength of electric field is 200 Newton Coulomb. So which option? 200 Newton Coulomb, that is D. So correct direction and the magnitude is also correct. So D is the right answer.